Obviously delighted. You know, I wanted to be here next year. There's no doubt in my mind, and when the gaffer came and spoke to me about it, we sorted out the deal, and it was done pretty quickly. So I was just delighted to sort my future out and commit to the club for another year. So obviously that takes me into 10 years playing here, which is something I'm really proud of. And within that time, I've thoroughly enjoyed my spell here. We've had great success, I think, and every year we've built on that and done really well. And obviously I felt I've played my part in that as well. So it's been great. My 9 years here and getting a 10th year, and I'm just delighted that the club have agreed to give me another year, and I was happy to sign it. This season particularly, I've not played as much as I wanted to, but I understand why. Last year with the injuries and stuff, it kind of it puts a kind of doubt in your mind, maybe a wee doubt in the gaffer's mind whether I'm going to be available. But you know, I've been available for a lot of games this year. I felt I've contributed where I have played, and the boys who have been playing ahead of me just now have done really well. So you know, that's part and parcel of me. It's something that's a new experience for me, and I'm learning to deal with that. But you know, I feel that I kind of try and help around a bit of training or in the dressing room before and after games. So you know, I feel I've still got something to offer on the pitch. But going forward, you know, if I won't be playing as much as what I'm used to, it's something I need to deal with. Getting into my 10th year, and I think it's the way it's worked out. I think the fans and the are looking to grant me a testimonial, which is something that obviously, if it happens, then it'd be brilliant for me, and a real honour and a privilege, and something that I'd be very grateful for. You know, I think it's one of those things in football, 10 years you get granted a testimonial, so if it happens for me, then brilliant. I think when you go to any club, being at a club for a set period of time in football it's usually 2, 3, 4 seasons, 5 at most. And you know, for me to be here 10 seasons, and over that period of time there's been a change of manager as well, and I've always been involved, always been played, and always been offered new deals. So it's something that I'm proud of, that I've been here over that period of time, and also it's coincided with the club coming from the first division all the way up to, you know, being an established top 6, top 4 side in Scotland. So you know, it's something that I feel I've contributed to with other players throughout the years, and it's been great for me. It's great for my career, and there's ambitions that I've had as a player that I've fulfilled here. So you know, you play football, you want to be successful, and I feel that being here has helped me achieve that. Coming off the bench against Arts to make my 300th appearance was a nice milestone, you know, and I think it's something that I'll probably look back on in my career and be like, oh, that was really good achievement. You know, I think it's the top 6 all-time appearances for the club, so it's something again that you can look back on. But at the time, I really wanted to start again, and I didn't. But so it was great to come on and play my part and play in the 300th game. But I think as a player, that's something you look back on after you finish playing. At the time, you know, and I'm hungry to play and start as many games as possible still, and especially when you get to that age, 34. Coming up next year with 35, so you want to play as many games, involved as many games as you want, because you know that there's not too many, there won't be too many years ahead. So you know, it was great, but I just want to be playing and contributing to the team as much as possible. It's strange. It kind of all started before I even signed. That we'd played a game at McDermott, and Derek McInnes was the manager, and I actually played up against him, and played pretty well that day, and then not long after that he got the manager's job. And I remember driving home with my dad, and after that, you know, he says, "Oh, it's been a nice club to come to. I think they've got a good setup. They've got a good team there. I think they'll maybe kick on and get to the Premiership." But 3-4 weeks later, whatever happened, that Derek McInnes got the job, and I got a phone call saying that he wanted to bring me to the club. And when I heard that right away, I thought, right, brilliant. Sometimes it seems fated that kind of thing would happen. And you know, I'd done a pre-contract, stayed. I think the club tried to bring me in, but they couldn't agree a fee. I think it was like they were haggling over. I think it was like 10 grand or something that St Morton were asking for, and St Johnstone offered 5. So they were haggling over a few grand. But eventually, I actually got agreed, and then the way it worked out with Morton, form went. I'd stopped playing, and the form had dipped a bit. And Jim McNally came and spoke to me and said, "Look, we need to keep you here because you need to help us stay, and then you can go at the end of the season." So it worked out that way. You know, I remember that game. We beat them up Partick Thistle to stay up in the last game, 3-0 at their place. And that was my last game for Morton, so I left there on good terms then, and then came here, and I was buzzing to get started. I think when it, obviously I signed and I left Morton, we were in the same division at the time as well, so for me it was, I was come to a club in the same division, but for me it was all about progress, you know. And actually when I first signed, Morton had tried to keep me there and offered me more money to come to stay with Morton at the time, what St Johnstone had offered, but I'd already gave my word to Derek McInnes and to the chairman here, Jeff Brown, and so for me there was no, it wasn't about financial or anything, it was about progression and going to that next level, and it worked out brilliantly, because obviously the next year we went and we won the first division, and I think you just looking at the team they had, Derek McInnes as a manager, I just always thought that this was a good place. I could see the way he wanted the club to go and the way he spoke, the players he was talking about bringing in, and for me it was a no-brainer. It worked out, you know, the best decision I've made in my career, I'd say. I think some of the highlights, that obviously when that first division, winning that, and I had won the second and third with Morton, so you want to win things in your career, so when we went and won it that year, my first season at the club was brilliant, and we went up, things as well, highlights that we all went away in the summer together as a team, and I think to Magaluf and celebrate. So it's things like that, and like scoring my first goal, there's not been many, at Queenie South was a real highlight for me too. And then every year's been highlights, getting the first year up, getting 8th, then we build on that again the following season, establish ourselves as top 6 side, playing in Europe, going to obviously semi-finals, you know, losing out those disappointments, but you learn from them, and then you make it into the Scottish Cup final and we win it. It's been brilliant. Obviously a couple of seasons back, clean sweep the Player of the Year awards was a highlight for me as well, and the goal out there against Dundee United in a derby to win it, that's obviously a massive highlight. But you know, there's not been too many disappointments in my time here, if I'm being honest. The semi-finals was a wee bit low at times, but you know, that just makes you hungry to get more success. So for me, there hasn't been too many low points. It's always been a trajectory, and we've set aims every year, and we try and achieve them. That goal against Dundee United is probably one of my best goals for St Johnstone. You know, and I scored a few for Morton for whatever reason. It didn't happen here. It's not happened. It's St Johnstone scoring the goals. I think I scored 35 for Morton. So there was a goal scoring midfielder in there somewhere. It didn't show his face too much for St Johnstone, but that goal was a real highlight for me. As you say, it was one each. I think it was at 80 odd minute, and the ball cleared out, and it's one of the things you don't even think about it. You just get on the ball and you keep going, and it opens up and nobody tackles you, and you come inside another one and keep going, and then you hit it and it's the back of your net. And the celebrations after were brilliant. Like all the boys, everybody ran towards us, jumped on top of us, and I'm at the bottom of it, couldn't even breathe. And that's what I said to Stephen Anderson, was right on us. I was like, Handel, get off me, I can't breathe here. And he still slagged me for it to this day, but obviously that was a good moment. And I think, as you say, Brechin was the last one, which was maybe 2-3 seasons before that, so they don't come along very often, but when they do, they're not bad. Obviously, playing in midfield, you strike up partnerships, and when I first came, you know, I came as a centre mid, but I ended up playing outside, so I think that midfield was really good with myself, Murray Davison, who just signed Jody Morris, and Liam Craig, and you know, we're really strong midfield. Like, maybe not the quickest, but we were hard to play against, and you know, then when Jody left, you know, it made a space for me to play where I wanted to, and there was times I did play with Jody, and Jody was also a big influence on me. We travelled in together every day. He played at a real high level, and you know, a really good friend of mine, and obviously knows the game very well, and used to give us good advice and talk all the way. So you know, he's somebody that influenced me. Moving on from that, playing in, I think Murray Davidson and myself I've always kind of played well together. We complement each other well. He likes to get stuck in, score some goals. I try and get on the ball and play, and we've got a good balance when we play together. James Dunn obviously was only here for a short time, but he played in the game that won the Scottish Cup. So you know, we had a good partnership with him as well, and even the boys that have come in this season, Paul Payton I think has done brilliantly. Liam's come back and he's playing really well just now. The boys like Kevin Moon, who are local boys, maybe didn't play so much with him, but you know, he's another really good midfielder and I got on really well with at the club. So there's always been partnerships there and people that you try and complement each other, but no, I think the midfield has always been a strong point, I think, at St Johnstone. Guys like Martin Hardy, Paul Sheeran, guys of that kind of quality. So it's nice to play along there with good players. You know, I think that kind of side of my personality, I think, is maybe one of the reasons why I got on so well with the fans and the people that are about the club. You know, like doing the wee YouTube videos and doing bits and pieces about the club, and something that I enjoy. You know, it's a good laugh. You try not to take yourself too seriously, and I think one of the important things is for a club like ourselves, or any club, is to engage with the fans and engage with the people that come through the doors, and show that you're just a normal person like everybody else. Obviously, they come in to watch you and support you, but you know, it's a whole team thing, a whole like kind of family thing at the club, and players sometimes can take themselves seriously, and I can as well, but I like to enjoy myself too. Obviously, the car school is an important part of my day every day, travelling up with all the boys, and obviously I didn't really know what was going to be happening until the deal got signed, and travelling with Big Eastie and Foz is always good fun. That'll continue for another year, even though Foz loves them on in the morning, but we'll put up that for another season at least anyway.